Next thing we're going to look at is scientific notation. Some of you probably did this before, so if this is a review, fantastic. If you never understood this or never got it, it's okay, we'll get through it. Alright, scientific notation is a way to writing really big numbers or really small numbers in a way that is easy to write. And so if you remember, when we do scientific notation, what you do is you put the decimal, if there's not a decimal place, which there isn't one here, you put it where it would be. So there would normally be a decimal place here. Now we're going to rewrite this number in scientific notation. And how you do that is you move your decimal place. If you move your decimal place to the left, you count how many times you need to move it. So move it once, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, on this one 8. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We move it 8 times. We're going to rewrite the number to 5.4 times 10. And how many places did we move it? We moved it 8 times. Now, you always move the decimal until you have a number just in the ones place, in the ones place only. Okay, so you keep moving that decimal to get a number in the ones place. Count how many times you move it. We moved it 8. So you go 4.5 times 10, and then how many times you move the decimal place to the 8th. If you have a really small number, you do the same thing. This time we already have a decimal. So we're going to count how many times we move it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now once I put the decimal there, we're going to have a number in the ones place. So we write 3.45 times 10. We moved it 15 times. Okay, 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15. Double checking myself. 15 times. This time though we moved to the right. So we still put 15 down, however, if you're moving the decimal place to the right, you put a negative there, so times 10 to the negative 15th. Alright, this is called scientific notation. If you want to write it in standard notation, okay, and what standard notation, all that is the normal way you would write it. Okay, you take your number, we have 3.4 times 10 to the 5th, and you kind of go backwards. Well, it's still a positive number, so I'm going to move the decimal place this time to the right 5 times. So I got 3.4, so that point's going to move 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5. So the decimal place was here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now I wrote out the number 340,000. We got a negative power here, so 8.5 times 10 to the negative 3. If this is the case, we're going to go the opposite way with our decimal place. So it was 8.5, the point was here. We move it 1, 2, 3 places. Put our decimal down. So let's count it. 1, 2, 3. We go 3 places. If it's negative, we go to the left. And now we have 0.0085 as our number. That's how you do scientific notation. Alright, you try these. So, pause it, you try. I'll go ahead and do them. You can check over. Alright, we want it in standard notation, so we're going to move our decimal place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Alright, this would be 347,000. It's positive 5, so we're moving it to the right. Positive 9, we're moving it to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A lot of zeros there. Alright, got the negative number. We're moving it left this time. The decimal place was here, so 1, 2, 3, put our decimal down. I put the following in scientific notation. We get 4.4134. Remember, move this decimal to get a number in the ones place. How many times did we move it? We moved it twice to the second power. We got a really small number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 2.34 times 10 to the negative 10th power. Why? Because we moved it right, really small number. And then we got this last one here, which is 1.345. Let's see how many places we have to move this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So times 10 to the 15th power. There's scientific notation. Alright, next is calculating with scientific notation. To calculate with scientific notation, you just plug in your calculator. However, alright, when plugging in scientific notation to calculator, you got to make sure you do it correctly. So I'm going to actually pull up a calculator here that I have. Let me get it up here, hopefully. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go. Alright, I got my calculator up here. So let's minimize that. Let me put my calculator in a place where you can see it and you can see the screen. And so here we go. When entering scientific notation in your calculator, there's a special way I want you to do it. Alright? It's going to help you a lot not making mistakes. Here we go. I got 5.6 times 10 to the 4th. I want you to do exactly what I have. If you have a graphing calculator, I have one on the screen. If you don't, you'll be able to find this button. If you can't, I'll help you in class. Alright, so I'm going to type in 5.6. Alright, when you see this times 10 to the 4th power, here's what you do in your calculator. A lot of you are used to hitting times 10, you do the little caret thing. Don't do that. Alright, I'm going to show you a quicker way to do it. You're going to hit the second button and then E. That should pop up on your screen. Alright, or second button then comma, I guess I should say. The E pops up on your screen. And then you just hit 4. This means 5.6. The E represents times 10 to the, and then we put a 4. I want to add that to 4.87. Go second comma. That means times 10 to the, and then put a 5 down. Press enter. Alright, there is our answer. You can write this down in standard or scientific notation. My calculator gave it to me in standard, so I'll keep it there. Alright, so let's get that out of the way for just a second. And all of a sudden I forgot what it was. Look at me, forgetting what my answer was. 543,000. 543,000. Okay, so 543,000. If you put that in scientific notation, that'd be 5.43 times 10 to the 5th. Alright, let's do the other one. Let's get our calculator back up here. Alright. We have 1.04 times 10 to the, this time it's negative 3, so we just hit the negative. Make sure you hit the negative button, not the minus 3, times 4.67 second. Here's my E to the negative 8th. This time our calculator did give it to us in scientific notation, and we have 4.8568 times 10 to the negative 11th. Okay, so 4.8568. 4.8568. Let's see if I can remember this. Oops. 4.4568. Trying to get to my pen. There we go. So 4.4568 times 10 to the negative 11th. Alright, you try this one down here. I will get my calculator back up. Here we go. So now you've tried, hopefully you're checking over it now. 8.653 e to the 4th divided by 5.455 second e to the negative 3rd. Right? And again, the beauty of the e is you don't have to put parentheses around this. The calculator already reads it correctly. And you push it in there, you get a whole big old answer here of, let's see, there's, let's see, it looks like 15,862,511. Okay, so here's your answer here, right here. Make sure you copy that down. All right.